Another simple wrist warming exercise or general warm-up exercise, and also to get you used to handling the jo. Simple as this. You just turn, take, turn, take, turn, take, turn, take. Go for accuracy, not speed. And you'll feel it sort of rolling around your hand almost as the inertia gets it moving. And the other way. Once again, 30 seconds each side or more, whatever, as many as it takes, whatever you can tolerate. So there's a simple exercise for that. And that will do for warm up for the moment. Now on to something slightly more interesting. So the camera angle is making it awkward for me to show this in detail on the post. So we'll have to assume that I'm doing it against the post, against the target. So here is the basic ski. Note the feet, one forward, one to the side, pointing out that way. So very much as in the Torifuni exercise that we did. And now we're going to tidy up this thrust a little. So, like that. This foot moves in slightly behind, or for starters, don't worry about it, just pick it up like that, straight in. So, just rock forward and let your hands slide down the jo. And the back end, I wouldn't say it would quite float up, but it'll quite easily move up now into the other hand. And you thrust. So if we're applying this to that target, which was about throat height there, strike is going to be to withdraw the jo, slide this hand in, then step with this foot forward and strike. So what's happening here is I'm pushing, I'm pulling, and I'm twisting the hip in. Yes? I'm not going wild and going way over here. It's a disciplined strike which goes no further than it needs to. And if I should miss, this hand can come off, take the back of the jo, and I can step in for another strike, another thrust. So what we're trying to avoid is wild strikes which leave you with nothing. I mean, if we're going to strike, bang, it comes up centre, it's between you and the person, and you've still got something. You go across this way like this. What you don't want is for your thumb to be like that. You want your palm behind it, everything twisting and moving together. So the basic thrust and strike was that against the target, withdraw, and that. Once again it's aimed, and you can see it also, you can go to that. So you're keeping the jo staff between you and the attacker. You're not opening up and giving them a chance to come in. They may try to grab the Joe if you keep missing, but that's another story, and Aikido has an answer to that. That's a bit later on there. So here we go. Thrust is the aim target. Step up, step back, and strike. And then if you want, raise, no time leaning back again, and strike. So you've got a combination of 3 there if you want it. So there, there, there. So I'll do that against this. So what we want is ski, so once again it's about hitting something. It's no good me going missing everything with all force and fury. If any of these make contact, they're going to hurt. So practice like this. Boom. And obviously both sides. So the focus at the moment is actually on striking. Well, the focus at the moment is actually on hitting the target, and also upon trying to use footwork and body work which makes sense with that strike. So it makes no sense for me to step back as I'm striking with the same foot. It makes every sense for me to move in and strike. And you can hear how hard that is. Yes? Okay. Now obviously this can happen in various other ways. If I'm going for the lower target with any strike at all, doesn't matter whether it's hand over, hand under, just ordinary strike like that, ordinary thrust, I can now withdraw and I can go for the legs. So solar plexus or ghoulies, however tall they are, legs. I can then drop the stick. I should say Joe staff, but it's a stick, isn't it? And go for that. I can then go the other side. I may have to shift my hands on the back end to make these strikes. You see? So I've had to shift my hand to deliver this. I shifted it from that to that. Now you can see why we need to be ambidextrous. Oops, you see. We always want to be behind, fully bodily behind whatever we're doing. We don't want things happening sort of out here in some sort of feeble manner. We want to be behind whatever's happening. Then we can put in all that additional power. But first start just by striking. This is likely to put a few dents in your Joe as well. So, you know, if you're precious about it, then perhaps a bit of padding or something. This is, as far as I'm concerned, quite a well-used Joe. The advantage of the oak is that I've had this 20 years. It's hardly marked really, despite whatever maltreatment I might have given it. So unless you're doing it against concrete or something, you know. So instead of great swinging strikes, you can put in a lot of power, just like this, just by switching the grip. But as I say, the thing to avoid is having your thumb there and piling that in against your thumb. You want your palm there. You want a good grip. You want it. Even so, you'll feel a bit of a shock through your wrist against wood. Not so much against somebody's head, probably, unless it's very thick. And you've always got something else. So. So just experiment with doing that, with switching around and getting your body behind it, not just waving the arms, but having your body right in there, right in there, right in there. I'm exaggerating, but maybe not. You can see that if anything's going to give, it's likely to be the other person, whereas if I do the same thing like this, it's just as likely me going back, but with a solid posture, leaning into it. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. Most of it's going to go that way, unless I hit an elephant or something, possibly, but that would be cruelty. So I wouldn't hit an elephant. I think I'd just, I don't know, either run or stand still, all depends. Okay, so that'll do for this one, I think. Thank you.